Welcome and or welcome back to Off the Reel.
Today we're reviewing Avengers Endgame.
Let's do it. Isaac, what's Avengers Endgame about? Give us the whole rundown.
It falls right after Infinity War, at least for like a little bit. And then like 5 years take place, and then they gotta try to figure out how to get the stones back so they can basically reverse what Thanos did in Infinity War.
This is the grand climax of all 22 Marvel films.
Yes.
Just off the bat, how'd you feel about it?
I liked it. Not as much as Infinity War.
I made a statement that if Endgame utterly blew me away, I would retract many of my negative statements about Marvel. And I'm very happy to announce today that I don't have to do that. Because good, not great.
Yeah.
I guess that was our spoiler-free review. So from here on out, big spoilers. Creativity.
I don't know. I want to hear your thoughts. I'm leaning more towards no, but I want to hear what you think.
As far as creativity and originality goes, I mean it's technically the apex of the entire MCU so far. And it's one of the biggest film experiences of all time.
Yeah. So,
I guess it's more towards impact, but bravo to Marvel for getting it done. Yeah. You know, no one else has done it. There's, time travel is
tricky.
They try to do something new with it, which I guess
it's new and I guess it's not, because you've seen this type of time travel in other things.
All in all, it's just another superhero movie.
Yes. And
honestly, like, it's just Infinity War.
Yeah.
But bigger.
A little, yeah, I could see that. It felt different.
It basically what this movie is Infinity War plus Avengers 1.
Yeah.
Plus Thor the Dark World. Plus
Captain America.
Yeah, Captain.
Maybe.
Just all of it. It's all the Marvel movies we've seen before redone and revamped.
It felt a bit different though than like.
It did, yeah, of course.
It was like I don't know, I was watching, I was like, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna give it my point for creativity.
I don't think I will either. I was leaning more towards
a shocking beginning. Avengers Endgame starting off with no points. Plot. And you could fight me on this, but I'm not giving it my point for plot. Because the whole reason anything in this movie happens is because a rat, unmotivated, unless we get an origin story for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in the future of the MCU, and like Doctor Strange was like, hey, rat, I need you to go do something in the future 5 years from now. I mean, it's like the opposite of Final Destination.
Yeah. I think, whenever any like TV show or movie does the whole time jump, like nothing...
It muddies things up.
Yeah. Like, nothing happened for this 5 years, but now all of a sudden, like, I'm just like I'm going on like a little tangent, but like Bird Box did a little time jump, and I was like, okay. I don't know why.
Look, we don't need to talk about Bird Box.
I know, I'm just saying, anytime like time jumps are like a thing, something, it's like
how?
Yeah.
And I guess that's very prevalent in Bird Box, but we're not talking about Bird Box right now.
Because the way they did time travel, it's like they could do anything.
I mean, it's like the most convenient form of time travel.
Yes.
For them.
Yeah.
Which isn't necessarily bad. There's a lot of conveniences in this story.
Yeah. When I first saw this I guess it kind of has to do with plot, but when Nebula, she
the connection.
The link. Did you have a problem with that?
A lot of convenience. I was like, okay.
I was like, of course.
there are some things you have to take with a grain of salt in this movie.
I mean, you can't nitpick too much.
Yeah.
But even that, I was like,
because it's like, if these things don't happen, there is no movie.
Which, I mean, you can almost do for a lot of movies.
But at the same time, you could have, and this would have actually made almost more sense, you could have had Korath show up like he did in Guardians of the Galaxy. You know?
Yeah.
Like, that would have gotten word back to Thanos. It wouldn't have let him know that maybe Nebula was there, or maybe it would have. Maybe it would have been like, hey, your daughter was there. And you'd be like, no, my daughter was here. Blah, 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 blah. But, like, you know? That's a weird... I guess then Thanos couldn't see all of the future and know what... Convenient.
It is, yeah.
That Nebula... Why does she run on a network?
I don't know.
I get she's cybernetically enhanced, but, like, does she run on Wi-Fi? If you take her Wi-Fi down, does she shut off?
I don't know. Yeah, I'm not gonna give it, just because there's some issues.
No point there. Characters.
I know you're not gonna give it
because I have a big X.
Because you have a big X, and because we kind of talked about it earlier.
Yeah. I mean, like, they do some great character stuff in this movie.
Yes.
But they also perform 2 massive character assassinations that I know Marvel fans do not agree with me on this point, because they apparently love it because they saw a different movie. But, like, dude, Thor and Hulk.
Yeah, I know.
Continue with what you were saying.
Okay, so Thor, I didn't mind. I didn't hate it, and I didn't particularly love it. But Hulk, man, you know my thing with Hulk.
You like Hulk.
I love my man Hulk.
Thor was like my favorite character in the MCU.
Yeah.
And he's just a joke at this point.
Yeah.
He's worse than Drax. I mean, like, you know it's bad when one of your Trinity, like, no matter when he comes on screen, he's not producing the, like, woo, like he did in Infinity War.
Yeah.
He's producing laughs every time he's on screen. The movie uses it numerous times. Not even him doing something funny. Just him.
It just laughs.
Yeah, to produce laughs. And I just, like, what a slap in the face to the character of Thor that you built up even in the last movie. And a lot of people have said, like, oh, it shows him, you know, dealing with grief and all that and feeling like a failure. But, like, there are ways of doing that without making a character into a joke.
Yeah, I think they could have toned it down a bit. I didn't, like I said, I didn't particularly love it. I didn't particularly hate it. But I think I'm going to give it more because of, like, the other character stuff that they do well. Like Iron Man, Cap, you know, Black Widow, Hawkeye. And, like, I liked Hawkeye in this movie, and I've never been able to say I like Hawkeye.
I've always liked Hawkeye.
Except in this movie.
I liked him more in Avengers.
So, I'm like, But, yeah, the character stuff, I think, for me, at least, outweighs that stuff, even though I do hate what they did with Hulk.
I completely understand that. And I wish that I could say, like, oh, man, they did awesome stuff with Iron Man, because they did, and they did awesome stuff with Captain America, and, like, so many other characters.
Yeah.
I wish I could say that all of that greatness that they handled them with in this movie outweighs just how glaringly, aggressively those 2 characters just beat me over the head. Yeah. I mean, Hulk, man.
We haven't seen Hulk do anything, and it's really...
Everybody was, like, expecting a big old Hulk to come in for Endgame and put in work. But the most he does is throw a bench at his angriest moment.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
I was so...
Ant-Man's the one punching the big things out of the sky now. Hulk's not even strong enough to do that anymore.
I'm very irritated with what they did with Hulk. And I don't know. I don't appreciate it. I don't appreciate what they did with Hulk in the last one either.
I mean, but I don't... Hulk has become more and more visually displeasing to my eye. Just visually.
Yeah.
Since he began. Like, he looked awesome in Incredible Hulk. Maybe it wasn't perfect CGI, but he looked awesome. He looked like he would mess you up. And then Avengers came along. He still looked good, but different, a little less threatening. And then, like, over time, he's just become more...
Yeah.
He's gotten, like, tighter haircuts, and it's been...
Why do we need him?
I don't...
Who's his barber? Who is Hulk's barber?
And then there's just the fact that, like, he says in the movie, like, I've got the body or the muscles or whatever of Hulk with the brain of Banner. But, no. You average the two. You have like, a middle point of the brains of Banner and Hulk, because he's not hyper intelligent in this movie.
No,
he's not working with all those PhDs he's got.
I mean, he's still smarter than the others besides Stark,
but significantly dumber than he's been in the past.
Yeah,
and he's not anywhere near as strong. At least he doesn't show it.
No.
And the thing about Hulk, everyone knows his power. The angrier he gets, the stronger he gets. He doesn't have the ability to get angry anymore, apparently. So he doesn't have the ability to get stronger.
Yeah, I'm mad about the Hulk thing.
I mean, like, the love of his life dies. And the man throws a bench like 500 yards. Which sounds like a lot, but it's Hulk. In Avengers 1, he punched like a 5-ton or whatever creature to a halt.
Yeah. Now he can't throw a bench.
And now he's throwing a bench. At base anger, he did that.
Yeah.
So I'm not giving my point for characters. You are.
Yes.
Endgame gets its first half a point. Acting.
I'm giving it my point.
This is something I'm undecided on.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like a lot of people were just phoning in their performances. I feel like it was easy enough for them to do. But I will give it the point. A, because I keep taking points away, and I need to give it points eventually. And B, because the main emotional beats were done fairly well.
Yeah.
I mean, Iron Man and Spider-Man, Gwyneth Paltrow. I don't know why I said Pepperbots. All of that was good.
Yeah.
I don't know why the kid from Iron Man 3 was even in this movie.
Is that dude?
Yeah.
In the at the funeral?
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know who that is.
See, the only reason
they panned on him, and
the only reason I knew who it was is because I knew he was going to be in the movie.
I was like, I don't know who that is.
Yeah. But dialogue. I'll give it my point for dialogue.
I almost thought you were going to say no. Because of Thor.
Here's the thing. I'll say it right now. My favorite kind of section of this movie was the New York section during Avengers 1.
Yeah, that was good. A
lot of the stuff with Captain America in New York was great.
That was, yeah.
Because just the Hail Hydra thing.
The Hail Hydra. I was like
I loved that.
Yeah, that was so good.
What a great way to use something from the comics that was like a whoa moment without, ruining it like they did in the comics. I don't even know what to say about it. Like, it was the perfect way to execute that scene. I thought we were going to get another elevator fight. I did too. I was like, he's going to have to very happy that he just did that.
Yeah.
That was perfect. And then I was actually happy with the America's ass stuff.
Yeah, I thought that was good. And then him fighting himself.
Yeah, and then everything that Captain America did in New York, I loved every bit. Because when he's just like, I can do this all day, and he's like, yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I loved that. I loved all of that dialogue. Of course, the I am Iron Man, a little bit weird on the delivery. Very spaced delivery.
Yeah.
It's like, I am. And then he waited 10 seconds. Iron Man.
Yeah. If they wouldn't do that, should have played his music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have loved some
They should have played that at that time. I don't know why they could have just.
Yeah, that's
at least softly.
I'm not sure I'm giving it the point for soundtrack down the road, but anyways. Yeah, I liked the dialogue in the movie. I liked that they changed up Thanos' dialogue a little. I am inevitable.
Yeah.
I would have been agitated to hear Thanos just saying the same things he said in Infinity War in this movie. Even though, realistically, I feel like he would say the same things he said in Infinity War in this movie. Because he hasn't said them yet.
Yeah.
And I feel like he's just got those ready to pop out.
And, the dialogue with Ant-Man, I think was good. Particularly.
I don't remember it, but yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure. I am sure it was very good.
But yeah, Point for dialogue.
Visuals.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm
Where you go?
I'm barely on this, but yeah, I'll give it my point for visuals because the opening of the battle was great.
Yeah.
The battle itself,
Not so good.
not so great. People are just like, oh, it's like the greatest battle ever. Like, but where? I'm watching a chase scene.
It was.
You know?
I mean, we didn't get to see battle, but not really. But and then what Captain Marvel stuff when she was flying through buildings and crap.
Yeah.
Spaceships, that was all good.
I wish we had gotten to see more of that battle.
Yeah.
Because you're just watching people run through. You're basically watching a in my opinion, worse version of the trench scene from Aquaman, but on land. You know, they're just covered in things, just running. They're just covered in these because they're very similar creatures.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That kind of bothered me. The beginning was awesome. I'll give it that. Like the entrance.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's all good.
One thing I'm going to talk about visuals again in that fight, but before the actual big fight. You know, just between the three of them. I'll say it goes in visuals. Maybe it's a little bit of plot, a little bit of character, but I'll put it in visuals. I would have liked to see more of Thor and Iron Man in that. Like it was very Captain America and Thanos in that fight.
It was.
Like Iron Man fights for maybe a little, and then gets hit with Mjolnir and is out of the fight.
KO'd
for like a long time.
Yeah.
And Thor is just getting the crap beat out of him, even though he has his two super powerful weapons. That one of them is supposed to supercharge him. I would have liked to see a little better execution of the fight. But even still, there were a lot of good visuals. Soundtrack, I'm not going to give it.
Why not?
There were no points that the soundtrack stood out to me as good. Like, good job.
Yeah. But I don't know.
I didn't feel at any point that the soundtrack was giving me anything emotionally. And like there were a lot of missed opportunities there.
I can think of like one missed opportunity.
Like they could have dropped I wanted them to drop Iron Man.
Iron Man?
Yeah.
I didn't think of that till just a second ago.
I thought of it like in the moment. I was like, man.
It would have been dope to hear because he said, I am Iron Man.
Yeah.
And it would have been like, at least give it because I was like.
Maybe it wouldn't have fit the tone, but.
No.
But it would have been great.
It would have been good. I don't know. There was no like soundtrack moments where I was like, this is enough for me to take away the point.
I'm not bullying this film because it's a Marvel film. I'm
this movie. But yeah, I'm just gonna give it 2 because I like the soundtrack, and there's no soundtrack moments where I was like, you know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
It's not obviously not the best soundtrack we've ever had,
right?
But I don't think there's enough for me to take it away.
Okay, so 4.
Oof.
We're at 4. We have 3 points left. Tone.
Yes.
Thought it was tonally sound.
Yeah.
Except for the Thor stuff.
Except for the.
But I guess that fits the tone in a way.
It fits in a way. Because like this movie.
I might hate it. I might hate that that's at all existed in the movie, but I guess it fits the tone that they set.
Like this movie is a very particular. It's an easier watch, I think.
Than Infinity War?
Like,
I do think there's more entertainment in it.
Like, this is more like, sit down, have a fun time watching a movie. And it pretty much kept... There was some, obviously, like, some sad stuff in it. You know, Iron Man dying.
But even those, I think, are more grand in scale than we saw in Infinity War.
Yeah. And there was a lot of fan service. There was a lot of fan service, and generally speaking, the good kind. Yeah, which I think a lot of reviewers have agreed with that it's good fan service, and all of that it fit with the tone of the movie.
Impact, it's got the records, it's got the reviews, whatever. Opinion,
I liked it.
Just because
Don't do it because it's a Marvel movie.
I've said this about other Marvel movies before, but you know what? I feel like I'm sticking to my guns on this one. This is better than a lot of Marvel movies I have seen in the past.
Yes, it is.
Still not what I don't know if anything could have lived up to the expectations I had for the movie, but it did a good job wrapping up the series.
Yes,
might not have blown my pants off.
No,
but it did. It wrapped up things well.
Yeah, it did. Almost like the best it could do without being like super great. Because I mean, no one expected this movie to be like one of the best movies we've ever seen. You know what I'm saying?
I think if they had executed Thor and Hulk properly, I think that great things could have been done with this movie.
Yeah.
But Hulk really dragged it down, and from a very limited population, this opinion, including myself and Matthew, Thor really dragged it down. And I think if those were executed properly, I think that this movie would be gaining another point or two.
Yeah.
But wrapping up with a 7, we each have half a point we can dish out to the film.
I'm gonna give it.
Okay.
I think it deserves more than a 7.
Then I'm gonna leave it.
Okay.
Because 7.5, that's about how I feel about it.
What would you rate most Marvel movies?
6 or worse.
6 or worse.
Yep. I feel like for some people, just because it exists, it's mind-blowing.
So let me ask you this. Are you knocking it a little bit because of your expectations weren't met?
A little bit. I think...
Do you think that's right?
I think that's...
Are we too...
I think that is okay for a movie of this phenomenal caliber for me to say... it underperformed what it should have, in my opinion. I'm not saying it grossly underperformed. I'm just saying, like, it didn't knock my socks off. I'm sure there are many people you know and that you yourself think this movie should be like a 10 out of 10. Argue with us in a very civil manner, or we're just going to delete your comments. I'm not going to argue with someone that's dropping F-bombs. I can't on principle do that. But yeah, share your thoughts on Endgame. Let us know how you felt about Thor and Hulk. We're coming back full force. Isaac has finally made a return. Expect lots of videos this summer. Come back and watch them. We're going to be doing some super fun stuff. Like eating food. Because that's something we've never done before. I'm sure we'll figure something out. Maybe we'll drop you off a cliff again.
Yeah. We should just play that one in one video.
just drop. Yeah, so if you're not already subscribe to us. If you are already subscribed to us, hit the little notification bell, because I'm sure that does something. If you agree and or disagree with us and are just a nice person, like the video. Tell your friends about us, because we want more people.
We need more people.
We need more people. It would be very beneficial to us to have more people. And any people that actually would consider themselves fans.
Yes.
So, like, Mom.
Mom.
Yeah, do all that and stay toasty.